Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Tiny Codes. In this tutorial I'm going to talk about nested if-else statement. I know I've talked about them in my previous video. Today we're adding on to that knowledge. So we're building a calculator with all the operations and we're gonna use if-else statement. Previously in my videos we did build a calculator using switch case statement, so this time we're using if-else statement. So before we start, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment on the comment section, and also share this video to anyone who you think might be interested in learning C++, and let's get right into it. So basically, like I said before, we're going to build a calculator using if-else statement. So it will be our third time building a calculator. So if you've seen my previous video, I'll put the links in the description below. So this basically shows you guys that we can build something with different strategies. So we're building a calculator. We did build a calculator with switch case statement. Today we're building a calculator with if-else statement. So let's begin. Firstly, I want to declare variables. So I want to declare my first variable, which is going to be the first number that the user inputs. I'm gonna declare my second variable, which is the second number that the user is going to input, and I'm gonna declare my third variable, which is going to be my operation, meaning it's going to be addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. And we need to do is to declare our first variable, which is going to be int, and then num1, so which is our number one, our first number that the user is going to input, and then we have num2. And then our second declaration is going to be our operation, which is in character. So we're going to say char and operation. And then secondly, we need to prompt the user to enter their numbers. So we're going to use our cout command. We're going to say cout, please enter number one. So please enter number one. Or rather, let's say please enter first number, because it's really this. So please enter first number, which is going to be our num1. We're gonna save that into our scene command. So we're going to say cin num1. Then we're gonna prompt again the user to input their operation. So we're going to say cout, please enter operation. So please enter operation, and then they're gonna enter their operation, and then we're gonna save that operation into our operation variable. So we're going to say cin operation. Now we're gonna prompt the user to input their second number. So it's cout enter second number, and we're gonna store that second number in num2. So now what we left to do is try and figure out a code which is going to figure out which operation the user has entered and what they want to do. So if they've entered an addition or subtraction or division or multiplication. So to do that, in my previous video we used switch case statement and we switched on our operation, and then today we're using if-else statement. So I think you have an idea on how we're gonna use that because of my previous video. So, and I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the syntax. So we're going to say if, gonna put in open close parentheses, and we're gonna say if operation. So if operation is equal to, and then we're gonna put in our single quotation marks, and then we're gonna put in an addition. So this is saying if our operation, so if the user has entered an operation and if that operation is equal to an addition. So this is our equal to operator, and then we have our addition here. We've put it in so our addition, we've put them in single quotation marks because it's a character, it's a single character. So if the operation that the user has entered is an addition, the computer has to output this code of block. So it has to say cout num1 plus num2. num1 plus num2, and then let's put in our end line. So if this condition is true, then the computer is going to console out this block of code. But if not, we have to put in our if else statement again. So we have to put in if else. So now we're evaluating another possible outcome. So we're going to say if else the user operation is equal to a minus. So if the user's operation is equal to a minus, so if the user's operation is equal to a minus, please console out this block of code. So in this block of code, we're going to say cout num1 minus num2. So if this condition is not true, the computer is going to jump to the next condition, which is this condition over here, which is our subtraction condition. And if this condition is not true either, it's going to jump into another condition. So we're going to say if else. So this is a nested if else function. So we're going to say if else evaluate this condition 2. So we're going to say operation is equal to a asterisk meaning multiplication, then output this block of code. We're gonna put in this block of code cout num1 multiplied by num2. Then so which means if else the operation that the user has entered is equal to an asterisk, the computer should say number1 times number2. And we have to add another if else statement because we also have division. So another if else statement, so it's a nested if else statement. Else, if else, then we're gonna put in our argument in here. So if else our operation is equal to a division, which is this backslash, then console out this block of code. So I'm going to say cout num1 divided by num2. So basically we've covered all our mathematical operation. We have our addition, we have our subtraction, our multiplication, and our division. So now we have another possible outcome. What if the user decides to input or to enter something that is not one of these? So decide to put another operation that we do not know of. We need to cover that as well. So we're going to say else. So now you're not putting in if else, we're just putting in else. Cout this block of code, say invalid operation. Let me take you through, guys, of what we've done so far. So we want to build a calculator and using if else statement. So we need to first declare the numbers that the user is going to enter, so our first number and our second number. So since they are both integer data type, we can declare them in the same line. And then we need to also declare a variable for our operations, and our operation is a character type. So we're using our char operation or our char data type, and then the name of our variable is called operation. And then before we do anything else, we need the user to input or to enter their data. So we need to prompt the user to enter their first number, and we store that number into num1. And then we need them to enter their operation, their desired operation, and then we save that operation into our operation variable. And then we need them to enter their second number, and we store their second number into our number2 variable. And then after that, we need to find a way to figure out which operation did the user input. So with that, we use our if else statement. So our if else statement starts like this: if, open and close parentheses, and inside put in our argument or our condition. So if operation is equal to an addition, so it is equal to this plus sign, this plus character, cout num1 plus num2, and the computer is going to calculate this and it's going to console out the answer. Else if, so if this condition is not true, look at this condition. If the operation is equal to n minus, then add n minus num1 from num2 and then console out the number. So the computer is going to calculate this and console out the number. Else if, so if this condition is false and this condition is false, check this condition. Operation equal to asterisk, which is our multiplication, cout a number 1 multiplied by number 2. So the computer is going to do this mathematics and it's going to output the answer. And then else if this condition is false and this condition is false and this one is false also, check this condition. So it's going to check if our operation is equal to this backslash, which is our division, then it's going to divide number 1 from number 2, then it's going to console out the answer. And then else, so note there's no else if, because if we put else if, we need to put an else statement. So we just put in else. So else else if the user did not input any of this or any of these operation, which means they've entered an invalid operation. So else cout invalid operation. So pretty much done with our program. So let's build and see. So it says please first enter number. I'm gonna enter first number, so I'm gonna say 9, and then please enter operation. I'm gonna enter a subtraction, and please enter second number, and I'm gonna enter an 8, and then the answer is 1. So the computer did all the mathematical stuff. But as you can see, our program is not really user friendly. I mean, we don't even know. So if you didn't know how to use your console, you would never know that that was the answer. So we need to put it and make it more beautiful. So we need to make it more beautiful and user friendly. So let me just add a few lines. So as you can see, guys, I've added a few things here. I've added this num1, and I've added this addition sign and this equal sign, this minus sign and this equal sign, so that it looks nice and pretty inside our console. So let's run this and see the improvements. So it says please first enter number. Num, I'm gonna enter 8. Please enter operation, and I'm enter a subtraction, and then please enter second number. I'm gonna enter a 5. Then 8 minus 5 is equals to 3. So now you can see it's a little bit better now than just consoling out the answer, like just console out 3. Now we know what we did. So we said 8 minus 5 is equals to 3. So that is all for today, guys. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the ternary operator. So we're going to be building a guessing game using our ternary operator. So it's part of control statement also. So click the notification bell so that you can be notified when I publish that video. And if you've seen value in this video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment in the comment section, and share this video to anyone who you think might be interested in learning C++. And thank you for watching.